A summit hosted by China, bringing together leaders from 26 nations, including Russia, North Korea, and India, has caused some foreign policy experts to conclude this gathering could signal a new world order, one that empowers autocrats and challenges the American-led order created after World War II. Charles Kupchan is a senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations and joins us now. Charles, good to be with you again. What do you make of these series of meetings taking place in China?
Well, we've seen a series of efforts over the last several years by China and Russia to create an institutional infrastructure that acts as a counterweight to the West. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the BRICS grouping, the Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank. And this is a meeting of this group, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So it's not new. It didn't come out of nowhere. But the big story is that Prime Minister Modi of India went to China for the first time in 7 years. He has shown that he wants to cozy up to Putin and to Xi Jinping and distance himself from Donald Trump in the United States because of the falling out between Modi and Trump. And it's basically a sign that India is saying, hey, we can play the field. We may end up siding on occasion with your adversaries, Mr. Trump.
Wasn't it previously sort of considered U.S. foreign policy that India should be embraced as a counterweight to China?
Exactly. I mean, Joe Biden invited Prime Minister Modi for a state dinner. Joe Biden created this grouping called the Quad: India, Australia, United States, Japan, that was to serve as a check on the rise of China. And now you have India saying, hey, folks, we're going to play the field. The Indians pursue what's called multi-alignment. They've been alienated by Trump's tariffs. They've been alienated by Trump claiming that he ended the brief war between India and Pakistan. And so they're now sending a sign to Washington, hey, don't push us around. We have other options.
I want to get to Ukraine and Europe in a second, but one more question on this meeting. Does the U.S. have cards to play, or does this cooperation between, say, Russia, China, and India have internal tensions that might make it less successful in the future?
No question there are internal tensions. There's been a long-running border dispute between India and China. That broke out in bloodshed about 5 years ago. There are tensions between Russia and China. Russia doesn't like being China's junior partner. So beneath the surface, this is not a natural grouping. The Indians aren't comfortable with the Chinese. The Chinese support Pakistan, India's main rival. So this is not something that I would say is a durable alliance, but I think it is a sign of what's to come. And that is that many countries out there, from India to Turkey, Brazil, South Africa, Indonesia, they're going to be playing the field. They're not going to either be with us, they're not going to be with China. They're going to make their decisions on a day-by-day basis.
It's going to be a busy time in your field. Let's go back to Europe. It's been 3 weeks since the summit in Alaska. What is the status of America's role in trying to bring an end to the Russian invasion of Ukraine?
Right now, I would say that effort, although welcome, is dead in the water. And that's because I think that President Trump, Mr. Witkoff, his envoy, misread Putin. They didn't take away the right messages from the Alaska meeting. They thought that Putin was ready to make concessions, and it turns out he's not. There's no sign that he's going to back off from continuing the bombing campaign. There's no sign he's going to back off from the effort to subjugate Ukraine. We're all waiting to hear whether Putin agrees to meet with Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, and Trump. But so far, the answer is no. So right now, there's no action on that front.
And what happens then for Ukraine? Or is Europe trying to get some action going? Or, I mean, this is still a crisis.
Yeah, right now, I would say Ukraine is in a holding pattern. Most action is on turning Ukraine into what we call a steel porcupine. That is to get them the arms that they need to stop future Russian aggression, to shut down Putin. Right now, it's the Europeans that are buying a lot of American weapons and sending them to Ukraine because Trump has not yet decided to ask Congress for more money The president of Poland was here today meeting with Trump. I'm sure that one of the messages was, don't let Putin play you, send more arms to Ukraine.